Most people think the kettlebell jerk is just a fast overhead press, but the movement and intention is fundamentally different. The jerk relies on power and timing, not just brute strength alone. And this makes the jerk a classic total body conditioning exercise, especially when combined with the clean. The double dip technique of the jerk allows you to put more total weight overhead than any other lift. Of course, the barbell clean and jerk is one of the contested Olympic lifts, with elite athletes routinely putting over double their body weight overhead. The jerk is the third and final lift in the kettlebell press continuum. The strict military press builds foundational overhead strength. The push press adds a lower body power component, while the jerk layers another level of coordination with the second dip to create a purely ballistic press movement. If you can't comfortably lock out a kettlebell overhead in a strict press, master that first before moving on to jerks. And if you've trained the push press, you already have most of the skill needed for the jerk. Start with a single kettlebell. Clean and bring your feet under your hips. You can leave them out when you train the long cycle clean and jerk later. Bend your hips and knees into a quarter squat. This is the first dip. Keep your torso upright and anchor your elbow firmly into your ribs. If your elbow drifts from your torso during the dip, you'll leak power. Explode out of the squat. Allow the kettlebell to launch out of the rack and float up around head level. The kettlebell should feel weightless for a split second, and that's your cue to move underneath it. Before gravity takes over, dip into the quarter squat again as you punch the kettlebell into lockout. You're not technically pressing the kettlebell, you're simply moving your body underneath a weight that's already floating. When you time it just right, the jerk will feel smooth and almost easy because there was no real grind involved. Stand up to complete the lockout with a strong core brace, elbow straight, shoulder packed, biceps near ear, ribs down, knees and hips fully extended. Allow the kettlebell to drop back to the rack position. Catch with another dip and small exhalation to dissipate the shock, but don't lose the abs. Think of the jerk as a game of athletic speed and coordination rather than strength or tension. The jerk can be performed for multiple reps back to back or preceded by a clean for the so-called long cycle clean and jerk. This classic combo is one of the ultimate lifts for power, strength, muscle, and conditioning because you can move heavy weights through big ranges of motion for more reps. You use practically every muscle group in the body while alternating between ballistic movements and isometric holds. Brutal. While it's tricky to slow down a ballistic movement, we can highlight a few distinct steps in the jerk and practice them in isolation. First is the jerk start. Simply practice the dip and launch, striving to float the kettlebell as high as you can with a powerful quarter squat. Keep the arms totally relaxed and try back-to-back reps where a single dip catches and re-launches the kettlebells. After getting some height with the jerk start, you can practice the second dip unloaded to groove the pattern. Simply stand under a stationary object that will act as the ceiling of your lockout. A racked barbell is an obvious choice, and you can also use a training partner's outstretched arm. With your hand pressing lightly against your ceiling, simultaneously dip and lock out the arm. Ideally, you've made an equal and opposite exchange. Lose contact with the ceiling and you've dipped too low or were too slow with the elbow extension. Push hard into the ceiling and you've dipped too shallow or were too fast with the elbow extension. Pausing at the jerk lockout momentarily before standing up requires tremendous core strength and shoulder mobility and stability. Owning this awkward position is key for strong, safe kettlebell jerks, and we can isolate it with the overhead gorilla walk. With the kettlebells locked out and the legs in a quarter squat, simply walk around slowly. This extra time under tension helps to build the total body stability you need to catch the jerk consistently, even when fatigued. Here's a quick grip tip. Because the jerk isn't a slow grind, you don't need a tight grip on the kettlebell. In fact, a light grip and deep handle position in the palm allows the triceps to fire and extend the arm faster. You can even curl the fingers into a false grip. This also comes in handy if you have a tendency to smash your fingers on the double kettlebell clean. Now here's a breathing tip that I got from Brett Jones that involves using the Valsalva maneuver at the bottom of the first and second dips. And it sounds like this. Hup, 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 hup. So basically what we're doing is we're using that hut sound to both pressurize the core where and when you need it most, but it also uses the breath as an auditory cue to help you time those dips. So once again, trying with the hut sound as you brace the abs. Hup, 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 hup. Give it a shot. The jerk is a versatile exercise and can be plugged into just about any intermediate or advanced program. One of my favorite workouts is simply doing a single arm clean and jerk, alternating sides each rep. Try a few ladders, doing 3, 4, and 5 pairs at a time, resting about a minute between each set. If you're serious about mastering kettlebells, the jerk is one of those high skill, high reward lifts that you need to know. Spend time with these drills, be patient with the timing, and remember, do the jerk, don't be the jerk.
Things are going to start happening to me now.